What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to go through the steps of what it looks like as you start to finish your planar analysis and turn it into a full-fledged finished value drawing. So we've learned two different ways of how to draw faces, and the planar analysis was one where we used the already existing picture of somebody or looking at ourselves in the mirror, and we drew what we would look like if we separated ourselves into shapes. What you're going to do after you separate your face is you're going to draw in your hair and your clothing, and you're going to start shading the entirety of your face. The reason you're going to shade the entirety of your face is because you don't have a face that's completely pale, white, no details, no nothing. You're going to have light shining on you. You're going to have a picture of somebody who is taken professionally, and they're going to have shadows and highlights. So you have to have a middle ground, which is why you're going to lightly get a bit of shading all over. After you've got your middle ground, my suggestion is get in your darker shadows. The darker shadows are a good way to get a lot of your really deep pieces done, so that you can then focus on now getting back your highlights. My suggestion is always to go dark first, because if you start by doing highlights and start by making it lighter and doing all of your really bright details first, you're gonna lose out on all of the shadow that you could have had. Whereas if you go dark first and then subtract from it later, you're going to get a lot more really rich detail out of your portrait. After you've shaded everything, blending is really important. Blending can be done with a pencil, with a paper towel, tissue. You can use Q-tips for small areas, but you want to get a full blend on your face. You don't just want it to be a bunch of scratched up shading. And once you've got it all blended in and your darks and all of that taken care of, your eraser becomes a drawing tool. Your eraser is how you're going to get your highlights out of your face. You're going to subtract your dark areas. For me personally, on my portrait, it was the right side of my face, as you can see, that has light shining on it from the window, and then the left side of my face also has light reflected from a wall. So it's really the middle of my face in this particular picture that's going to have the darkest shading and the darkest shadow tone to it, whereas the sides of my face will have a bit more lightness to them. After you've pulled out all your values and all of that, you're just going to go ahead and finish your cleanup work. You can get some of your dark lines back. You can see I go in and get my beard hairs out, and I go and do my eyelashes. I get the really fine details of my ear started, and it's just a matter of going back in and doing really minute detail work. Even in this drawing, it's not perfect. It's not gonna be perfect. You'll see even at the end of this drawing that I go back and erase side of my face because I made my face too fat, and you can tell looking at it the whole time that my cheeks look huge, and it's just something that happens when I draw myself. I always make my cheeks huge. It's just the way it happens. So you as an artist will learn how to fix and work with what you're doing all the time. And there it is right there, I just did it. So that's all I have for you today. I hope if you are using planar analysis to finish off your portrait project, that you have a greatly successful project come out of it. This is basically the best I could show you for a sped up drawing. It took me about 45 minutes to do, again. So don't sweat yourself if you feel like you're not taking long enough, or if you're taking too long. We all work at our own pace, and you don't have to be as crazy in detail, involved as I am, because again, that's how I work. All right, hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and good luck on your final project for the year.